Hi everyone, this is Ravi. Welcome to Appium mobile automation tutorial. As you all know, I've already published two lessons covering the initial topics of Appium mobile automation. In lesson 1, I've showed you the architecture of Appium, and then you have learned how can we install Node.js, and then how can we install Appium from npm package manager, and how can we install Appium Doctor, and how can we install the test automation frameworks like UI Automator 2 for Android device and then XUI test for iOS devices. And also, I've taught you how can we install the SDK manager and the SDK tools by using Android Studio. This is lesson 3 where I'm going to teach you about how can we create Android virtual device emulator. So before we start learning step-by-step process to create Android virtual device emulator, let us first understand what do you mean by AVD emulator. An AVD contains a hardware profile, system image, storage area, skin, and other properties. So basically, you can just think of your actual mobile device, physical mobile device. In the same way, your AVD profiles also contains hardware profile, system image, storage area, skin, and other properties. So I recommend that you create an AVD for each system image that your app could potentially support. When you are creating an AVD emulator, you need to select hardware profile. So what do you mean by hardware profile? The hardware profile defines the characteristics of a device as shipped from the factory. So just think of any physical device. Whenever a physical device is shipped, so you'll have some hardware configurations. So in the same way, your AVD will also have hardware profile, defines the characteristics of device. So the device manager comes preloaded with certain hardware profiles such as pixel device, resolution, right? All these properties, and then what is the screen size. So all these configurations comes when you create an AVD emulator, and you can define or customize the hardware profiles as needed. A device definition labeled with Google Play logo in the Play Store column includes both the Google Play Store app and access to Google Play services. So when you are selecting hardware profile from the list that displays on the screen, so if you are selecting a profile that has a Google Play logo in the Play Store column, that means your AVD emulator includes both Google Play Store app as well as you can access Google Play services, including a Google Play tab in the extended controls dialog that provides a convenient button for updating Google Play services on the device. So I'm going to show you while creating AVD emulator what are all the different hardware profiles you can see and how can you select a hardware profile that have access to Google Play Store as well as Google Play services. I'm going to teach you that. And then next is system images. While creating your AVD emulator, you need to select system images as well. So a system image labeled with Google APIs. That means Google APIs includes access to Google Play services. Google APIs means your operating system has different versions of APIs. API 35, API 34, API 33, right? So every image containing Google API includes access to Google Play services. So when you are selecting an image, I recommend you to select an image that has your Google APIs included. So if you see a downloaded icon next to the system image, so when you are downloading a system image, right? If you see download icon, that means that particular image is not present in your system. You need to click on download and then that image will be downloaded to your system
and then you can select the image. If you do not have download icon next to the image, that means the image is already downloaded to your system. In the same way, storage area. So whenever you create AVD emulators, the AVD has a dedicated storage area on your machine itself. So it stores the device user data, such as whatever the applications that you install, whatever the settings that you install, right? So entire data that will be stored in your machine, as well as an emulated SD card also will be included. So that SD card also allocated by your machine itself. So if needed, you can use the device manager to wipe user data so that the device can be used as a new device. And the next one is skin. So when you are creating AVD emulator, you have to select the skin also. The emulator skin specifies the appearance of a device. So the device manager provides some predefined skins. You can also define your own or used skins provided by third parties. So as we understand the concepts of AVD emulator and what are all the different configuration parameters that are involved while creating AVD emulator, let us now see step by step how can we create AVD emulator in Android Studio. First step is we need to open Android Studio. I've already opened Android Studio here. Okay, and then from the Android Studio welcome screen, select more actions and virtual device manager. So here you have to select more actions and select option virtual device manager. So once you select virtual device manager, now you need to click on plus icon and then click create virtual device. Let's go here. This is the plus icon where you can create virtual device. Before we create a virtual device, if you see here the list of virtual devices that are already available in my system. Sometimes when you install Android device, right, so you might get some default devices pre-configured, or you might not get default pre-configured devices. So in your case, this particular screen might be empty. Don't worry, we are going to create a new device. Okay, so now to create a new device, click on create device. We need to first click on create device by clicking on plus icon. So as soon as you click on plus icon, the select hardware window appears. So as soon as we click on plus icon or create device, select hardware screen will be appearing. As I told you earlier, what do you mean by hardware profiles? You will have a list of hardware profiles displaying below, right? So these are all the different list of hardware profiles that are available. If you select hardware profile that has a Play Store icon here, that means whenever you create a virtual device by using this hardware profile, you can have access to your Play Store app, as well as you will have access to Google Play services, right? So if you scroll down here, see, this is one hardware profile which does not have any icon under Play Store column. That means if you create a virtual device by using this profile, you cannot access Google Play Store app, or you cannot access Google Play services. So keep that in mind. And whenever you select any hardware profile, at the right side it gives you an overview. What is the size of the screen, right? And what is the ratio, what is the density? If you see here, this is a hardware profile that has the screen size, what is the resolution of your screen, and what is the density of your mobile device, right? So if you see here categories, so you can create phones and you can select hardware profiles for tablet, desktop, TV, automotive, some legacy old devices, right? because we want to create a phone device. That's why I'm selecting phone. Now I can select medium phone as my hardware profile. Let's assume which has 6.4-inch screen and resolution is 1080 by 2400. Okay, I'm selecting this. After that, what you need to do, select a hardware profile, then click next. If you don't see hardware profile you want, you can import a hardware profile. For example, if you don't have the list of hardware profiles, you can import the hardware profile as well. Okay, so that is different concept I'm going to cover in future. So once you select required hardware profile, you're going to click on next. As soon as you click on next, select system images window appears. So once you click on next, the system image window appears. So you need to select the system image for a particular API level and then click next. If you see here, these are all the different images available for me to select. If you see closely, for every image here, I can see there is a download icon. That means these images are not available in your system. These are all. Whereas API 35 image, right? This does not have a download icon. That means this image is already available in my system. Why? In my previous lesson, when I have installed my Android Studio, during that time, I have selected this particular image during installation process. So that's why this image is already or readily available for me to select. If you don't have this image, you just need to click on download icon that displays. Let's say these are all the images that I don't have, right? I can simply click on downloading icon. So it starts downloading once you accept your license agreement, right? So now I don't want to download that. So I can select this image now, which is already available in my system. So if you observe closely, whenever I select any image, right, you can see right side a preview. This image is of API level 35. It has a Google Play also because I can see API 35. Image containing API levels will get access to Google Play Store and your Google Play services. Remember that. And you can see what is the system image. We recommend these Google Play images because this device is compatible with Google Play. So it gives you recommendations also whenever you select an image. Okay, and then click on next. So once you click on next, verify configuration window appears. So this is the window, verify configuration window appears. So in verify configuration window, you can change the name of your virtual device. Let's say I would like to change the name as medium underscore Ravi. Okay, so this is my device. That's why I'm naming with my name. Okay, and then you can select if you want to start your orientation with portrait or landscape, right? You can select anything you want and go to advanced settings. Under advanced settings, you will have a lot of other options. Front cam, back, what is the network speed, latency, right? If you want to use the boot option as cold boot or quick boot, I would like to have a quick boot itself, right? And also you will have a RAM selection, RAM, what is the RAM, internal storage, SD card, 512 MB, internal storage, it shows 2048. So this internal storage is your system storage only. So whatever you are allocating here, you can change also. Whatever you allocate, that takes from your system, right? And then skin also, as I told you earlier, you can select the skins also. So by default, it comes with a default skin. If you want, you can upload your own skin here. So this way, you can verify the configuration. If you want, you can change the configurations, okay, and then click on finish. That's what it talks about. Change AVD properties as needed, then click on finish. So click show advanced settings to show more settings. That's what we see, such as skin and everything, right? So now click on finish. As soon as you click on finish, it starts creating virtual device. So I can see here, this is the new virtual device that we created, right? Medium phone underscore Ravi API 35. So I can start the virtual device by clicking on this start button. Or if you click on these three dots, you can edit again the properties, right? Or you can duplicate it, you can delete it, you can view the details. See all the details of my configured virtual device. These are all the details of your virtual device. To start your virtual device, click on start. This starts your newly created Android virtual device emulator. When you run your virtual device emulator for the first time, it takes a couple of minutes. But later on, whenever you launch your virtual device, it won't take that much time. Here is our device which is ready for us, right? And you can see here, you can power off the device from here, and you can increase the volume, and you can reduce the volume. You can access the camera, you can access your screenshots from here, and this is your rotation. If you want to rotate, you can rotate, or it is orientation basically. You can rotate right, you can rotate left, right, and this is your back button, and this is your home button. And if you want to see overview of the mobile, you can click on this overview, and then if you click on more, you get all the details of your mobile device. See here, display, cellular, battery, camera, location, everything. Okay, so let's close this here. So here you can access Play Store. As I told you earlier, we have selected the image which has the Play Store icon. That's why now you can access Play Store here. I can click on this Play Store, that opens your Play Store, and you can install any apps that you would like to install, right? And again you click on back, so that comes back to your home button. Earlier, as I told you, you can also update your Google services. How? Go to more. If you see here, Google Play, this has a Google Play tab, and where you can simply update your Google Play services here directly. Why? Because I have selected an image that has Google Play icon over there. So it gives you access to your Google Play Store. It also gives you access to update your Google Play services. That's what we saw in earlier, in first slide when I discussed about the hardware profiles. Okay, so I can close this one, right? And if you want to stop or switch off your device, you can select here whatever the profiles that we created, right? Device manager. Under device manager, whatever the list of AVD profiles that you have, you can simply select stop button. That will stop your, see here, saving the state, and it is stopping your virtual device. And done. See, now if I launch the virtual device one more time, right, it's going to be pretty quick. It will not take the time it took earlier, because you have a state saved earlier, because the state has been saved earlier with everything. I can access YouTube also, right? So whatever the apps that you would like to access, you can access from your device. Okay, so again, to stop, as I told you, simply click on stop. That's it. Stop the device. Hope you all understand how can we create the virtual devices and what are all the configurations that we need to set up while creating virtual devices in Android Studio. If you have any queries, leave your queries in the comment box. I'll try to respond to your queries. Thank you.
Hope you all understand the concepts of today's lesson, where you have learned how can we create Android virtual device emulator by using Android Studio, and then how can we access the virtual mobile device, and what are all the different options that are available in accessing your virtual device by using Android Studio. Please do subscribe to the channel, click on bell icon, you'll receive notifications whenever I publish more videos. Stay tuned. Thank you.